So things have gotten crazy in the sneaker world, and that's become more and more evident as time moves along. We've got more Adidas Yeezys restocking that we didn't think would restock. We've got color-changing Air Jordan 1s, which, what? And Jordan Brand is celebrating giving us all our L's on the Sneakers app with the brand new Sneakers Air Jordan 1, which is only available in Europe. What's up, everybody? I'm Seth Fowler, and this is Heekly Wheatley. That wasn't right. First of all, thank you so much for tuning in today. Please make sure to hit that subscribe button and that notification bell down below if you haven't yet. Not only that, I've also extended the giveaway for this brand new pair of Adidas Yeezy 350 V2s. So I decided to extend the giveaway deadline until Monday, May 17th, just to give people who didn't have a chance to enter for these a little bit more time, because I didn't put out that many videos this week and not many people heard about the giveaway, so I just wanted to make sure everyone heard about it. Of course, entering this giveaway is really easy. All you need to do is subscribe to this channel, subscribe to my tech channel, which is linked in the top of the description, and comment your IG username on the latest video on that channel. That's really all there is to it, and without further ado, let's jump into the weekly heat. So starting off today's video, Yeezy Mafia just revealed that we're getting restocks of 3 different Yeezy silhouettes that I didn't expect to get restocked. These 3 shoes are the Blush 500s, the 350 V2 blue tints, and the reflective Yesheas, which, if you caught my last sit or sell video, makes a lot of sense. And if you didn't, make sure to hit that link at the top of the screen. But in that video, DP talked about Adidas and Yeezy's approach to sneakers being very different than Jordan Brand, in that when it comes to hype sneakers, they're not as sacred for Adidas. Like, Adidas will put out a pair of sneakers and then save half the stock for a restock. Or, as we've seen a lot in the past, they'll just make a bunch more of them. Whereas Jordan Brand will make a sneaker and then maybe in some cases save a couple hundred or a couple thousand of them for like small events, but then once they're out there and they're gone forever. So while I didn't expect this exact restock to happen, I am not surprised at all that Adidas decided to bring these shoes back, even though they seem like somewhat odd choices. The Yeshea Reflective, at least for me, I think is a shoe that I didn't expect the most, because the other 2 shoes, it's been a minute since they last dropped. They're both colorways that are very popular. The Yeshea Reflective, I didn't realize that it had been that long since they had released. Maybe it's only been like a year, but it's not a shoe that is really that iconic or memorable when it comes to 350s. Who knows, there could be a bunch of them available, there could be very few available. I have no idea until these shoes actually release, but I'm excited to see when these shoes release, how they're coming out, and whether these are new versions of the shoes or whether they're just pairs that have been sitting in a warehouse. According to Yeezy Mafia, it looks like these shoes are restocking sometime between November and Christmas time, probably somewhere around the holidays, but who knows, we'll just have to wait and see. I'm sure Yeezy Mafia will keep you updated, and if I hear anything else, I'll make sure to keep you guys updated too. Next up, it looks like a popular Air Jordan 5 colorway is returning for the first time since 2013. And that colorway, if you couldn't tell from the picture, is the Oreo Air Jordan 5s. Now, surprisingly enough, this is actually one of those shoes that I regretted selling when I first got it and then never got it back. In fact, there's actually a picture of me with this shoe on release day sitting on the hood of my 2000 Acura TL, rest in peace. And when I posted this picture on Instagram, someone actually noticed that I was wearing Roshi runs, and back in 2013 that makes sense because that was like the hottest shoe of the year. Man, I really miss Roshi runs. This just took a turn. We were talking about the Oreo 5s. Yes, I would like to buy a pair of Oreo 5s, and yes, they're dropping sometime in 2021. I think the materials are the same. They look pretty much exactly the same as the original release. I don't know if they're gonna change up the box. Who knows? Oh, actually, one more thing. There is a release date for the Oreo 5s. I think it's August 25th, and I will be trying to grab a couple pairs to rock because that's a pair that I've wanted, surprisingly, for years. So in sort of like a small news blip, because it's not really that important, we've got one new image of the upcoming Off-White Air Force 1 Low in University Gold. Now, to be fair, we've seen a bunch of images of this shoe already. We know exactly what it's gonna look like. We even know that there's a variant of this shoe coming out in a yellow upper and a black midsole, and it's probably going to release regionally at, I'm sure, like an art exhibit or something like that, and be very difficult to get. I do have to say, though, that this University Gold colorway is very, very clean, and if this is the same shade of yellow that those Off-White Air Jordan 1s, I think in Canary Yellow, are dropping in, then I definitely want to grab a pair of the Canary Yellows, because I think the resale price in the ones will be less than the resale price in these Air Force 1s. And honestly, I think I'll have a better chance of getting the Air Jordan 1s than the AF1 Lows, which is kind of weird to say, but it's the truth. As of right now, it does look like these Off-White AF1 Lows are still releasing in July. We just don't have an exact date or an exact place. So do with that as you will. It's not much information. I'm sure you'll hear about it whenever they drop. Next up, it looks like Nike is really changing things up on the Dunk Low with the brand new Scrap colorway. Now, so far, there's no information as to what the inspiration behind this shoe is or what the actual name of the sneaker is, but I think from just looking at the sneaker itself, you get the vibe. You understand what's going on here. It's a cobbled together Scrap Nike Dunk Low. And while I do actually like the idea, I don't love the execution. I feel like the Nike Dunk is one of those shoes that doesn't need to be redesigned, at least as far as the silhouette goes. I don't mind throwing on different colorways. I don't mind changing up materials like crazy. I don't mind it if it's a collaboration, but if this is just a Nike thing that they're just trying to redesign the Dunk because they can, I don't need it. That said, I don't think the materials are bad on this shoe. I think the mesh is fine. I think the leather panels are kind of cool. The stitching detail is even fine. I just don't like the colorway. It's a little bit too childish and playful for me. Other than these images, there's just not that much out there about this sneaker, so I guess we'll have to wait for official images from Nike to see the whole shoe and get the story behind it, and hopefully that'll make the shoe more appealing, because right now, I just don't need it. So I've decided to stick with Nike Dunk news and talk about the upcoming DSM Nike Dunk Low, which I just found out about. So this latest DSM Dunk comes in an all-white velour upper, which is a very interesting look on this shoe. They've sort of always done weird upper treatments on their shoes, like the patent leather Air Jordan 1s, which I actually really liked, even though I don't like patent leather Jordan 1s. That colorway was just kind of clean. So this isn't really a surprise that Dover Street Market is doing something like this, and to be honest with you, I bet a lot of people are gonna love it. A little detail I really like personally is the Nike swoosh on the toe of the sneaker. I don't know what it is. I'm a sucker for those details, but I think overall it's not actually a bad looking sneaker. I'm just not a velour fan myself personally, so this one's a pass for me, but I'm sure for a lot of people this is a major cop. Obviously, because this shoe is a Nike and DSM collaboration, you've got some DSM hits like the embroidered DSM logo on the heel, as well as a very interesting printed Nike logo on the inside of the sock liner. It's a unique look. I'm sure it's going to be limited, and I'm sure it's going to be very, very difficult to get. And expect the DSM Nike Dunk Lows to drop sometime this year. Moving into Yeezys, because of course, what weekly Heat video would be complete without just a bunch of Yeezy news, because it seems to come out like every other day. Apparently we're getting another colorway of the somewhat popular Adidas Yeezy 700 MNVNs. This time around the shoe is arriving in the Honey Flux colorway, which is really just kind of a yellow. As far as MNVNs go, it's pretty much more the same, except in yellow. Man, I'm just impossible to please when it comes to Yeezys. I asked for more colorways, they gave us a bunch more colorways. The 700 MNVNs is a brand new silhouette with pretty much a ton of different new colorways, and I'm still not happy. I don't know what they can do to make me happy. Just give me a bunch of foam runners maybe? I mean, they're actually doing that too, kind of. To everyone over at the Yeezy design team, I'm sorry. I don't know why I criticize you guys. You guys are killing it. I don't know. The shoe is fine, I don't mind it. It's not something that I'm gonna pick up personally, but based on the heat emojis left on the Sneaker News webpage, I would assume that this shoe is gonna be very popular and will most likely sell out. And if you wanna grab a pair of these, it looks like the Honey Flux 700 MNVNs will be dropping sometime this October. So next up, it looks like we have another triple collaboration on a pair of Sakai Nikes. This time around, the triple collaboration is with Clot. So Clot's been on a hot streak of Nike collaborations over the last couple years, as had Sakai, so it does make sense that these two brands will be collaborating together on a pair of Nikes. And the shoe on which the collaboration will be taking place is the Sakai Nike LD Waffle, or I guess in this case the Clot Sakai Nike LD Waffle. The overall construction of the silhouette seems to be pretty much the same as all the other LD Waffles, however there are some material changes. Obviously the colors are different. The midsole comes in an orange and red, which I actually really dig. The upper of the shoe comes in some tan suedes with some red and orange hits, as well as a green tongue tag. But the really interesting detail on this collaboration shoe is the change from the mesh on the previous Sakai Nike LD Waffles to this new sort of plastic mesh, which we've actually seen on a lot of Clot sneakers and on some off-white sneakers. I actually kind of dig this change. I'm a big sock guy, as I'm sure you guys know. We've got some new socks dropping next week, so make sure to stay tuned for that. But I love the fact that this shoe gives you the opportunity to show off your socks. Or if you're a freak who doesn't wear socks with your shoes, you can show that off too, but please don't. So currently there is no release date for this sneaker, but expect this shoe to drop sometime in 2021. After that, a silhouette that was literally on the discount racks 2 years ago is now coming back even more popular than it ever has in a colorway that I'm sure will sell out instantly. And that shoe is the Air Jordan 1 Low Shatter Backboards, or as I think they should actually be called, the Air Jordan 1 Low Shatter Backboard 2.0s. According to the leaks, this shoe comes in pretty much the same makeup as the original Shatter Backboard 2.0s. It comes with a white leather upper accented by orange overlays, as well as a black Nike swoosh. If you preferred the color blocking of the Shatter Backboard 1.0s, we actually already have an Air Jordan 1 Low Shatter Backboard 1.0 release a couple years ago, but back when the shoe wasn't as popular as it is now. And if I remember correctly, they used some sort of weird like suede material on it that was like really crappy. I don't remember exactly how the shoe looked, but I didn't like it very much. And to be honest with you, I'm still not really a huge fan of Air Jordan 1 Lows. I'm Air Jordan 1 High all the way. That's just me personally. But if you are one of those people that likes the Air Jordan 1 Low, you don't have too much longer to wait for the Shatter Backboard colorway, because the shoe should be dropping on August 26th. Sticking with Air Jordan 1 Lows, it looks like we're getting a sneakers Air Jordan 1 Low that's only releasing in Europe. So some of you might not be aware about annual Sneakers Day that takes place in Europe that restocks a bunch of crazy hype releases. The US doesn't get it. And apparently, to rub salt in the wound, it looks like Jordan Brand is releasing an EU exclusive Sneakers Air Jordan 1 Low. Now, while that fact does kind of suck, especially for people in the Americas and in Asia, the good news is that the shoe looks like garbage. I mean, look at it. It's a yellow Air Jordan 1 with giraffe print on it and a translucent outsole. Oh wait, actually no, I'm wrong. It's not giraffe print, it's cheetah print. That makes it worse, actually. So this shoe will release exclusively on European Sneakers Day as a way for Jordan Brand and Nike to laugh at us for taking all these L's. And ironically, the one Jordan 1 that I would be happy to take an L on, I don't even have a chance to try and grab. So if you're based in Europe and you like this Air Jordan 1 Low Sneakers Day, you do have a chance to grab the shoe for yourself on August 8th. So the first actual pictures of the Travis Scott Cactus Jack Air Max 1s have finally come out. And these pictures have come out in the way of an Instagram story. And not only do we get a good look at the shoes, but there's also another very notable detail, and that's the caption. And the caption, as I'm sure you can read, says, "Next year," which means that the Travis Scott Air Max 1s that were leaked on Air Max Day of 2021 most likely won't release until 2022. But I guess we should pivot over to the good news, and the good news, at least in my opinion, is that the shoe looks significantly better than the renderings, which really never happens. The paneling on the upper of the shoe is a little bit different than the renderings, and in my opinion, that makes all the difference in the world. I think it makes the shoe look a lot cleaner. There's also a couple of other added details that I like the pull tab on the heel and the red laces. Seeing them in person really makes this shoe look significantly better. And while apparently we're gonna have to wait until 2022 to get our hands on a pair of these, which is ridiculous to me, it is possible that this caption may be referring to only this colorway. So we can hold out hope that maybe we'll get one of the colorways this year, probably not this one, but who knows? We'll just have to wait and see. Actually, I'd love to know your thoughts on this one, so make sure to leave a comment in the comment section down below, letting me know if you like this sneaker and if it's a shoe that you'd like to pick up. In the next story in today's video, it looks like we're getting a brand new Air Jordan 1 mid. And I know you might be saying to yourself, a mid? We don't care about that. When you see this colorway, you're gonna care. So over the last couple days, a few leaked images have come out of a color-changing Jordan 1 mid. And while yes, color changing is kind of gimmicky, however, when it's done on a pair of Apothecary socks, it looks dope. On this particular shoe, that's not even the best part. The best part, in my opinion, is the overall colorway of the sneaker. The fact that the front half of the sneaker is a plain black and white, and the back half almost makes it look like a bread toe with some crazy color-changing multicolor. So based on the leaked images, it looks like the shoe comes in like a bluish green color around the heel, and then when you hit it with heat, it changes to more of a reddy orange, or maybe it's the reverse. I'm not sure exactly which color changes to which color because I'm not there while the pictures were taken and I don't know which part of the shoe they heated up. But I've got to say, this shoe is fire. And while yes, it's a mid, and I don't mind mids, I just don't like them as much as regular Air Jordan 1s, this shoe is fire and a shoe that I will definitely be trying to grab. It looks like even the tongue tag on the shoe changes color. And yes, it's the crappy mid tongue tag, I know, but still it changes color and that's pretty cool. My favorite shot of this shoe though is this first shot where it shows the shoe fading from a red to a blue. That reminds me so much of the designer exclusive like PE versions of the shoes, which were given out to all the Jordan Brand designers. That was such a sick shoe. I wish I could have grabbed a pair, but they're going for like $10,000. This is definitely a cool consolation prize. Now, because the shoe is mid, it is possible that this shoe could show up randomly at Foot Locker's sometime in the future, but because it's a more hyped mid, it is possible that Jordan Brand will actually set a release date for this shoe. As of right now, we don't know what it is, but expect it to drop sometime in 2021. And then the final shoe that we're talking about in today's video is the upcoming and recently leaked Nike Kobe 6 Protro Mamba Forever. So this shoe was obviously created in honor of the late Kobe Bryant and his daughter Gigi. This shoe comes in an almost entirely black and white makeup and features the Mamba Sports Academy logo on the heel. In addition to that, the shoe also features Kobe's name and Gigi's name on the heel in gold, as well as their numbers on the lateral sides. Obviously, the reason for this release is incredibly sad. It's to remember Kobe and Gigi, people who left us far too early. And it honestly doesn't surprise me that this shoe has been leaked around the week that Kobe is being inducted into the Hall of Fame. Now, a couple weeks ago, we talked about the fact that there probably won't be any more Nike Kobes releasing, and since that, it seems like there have been a couple colorways that are still slated to release, but we didn't know that there was a brand new colorway that we had never even heard of. And I've got to say, out of all the final colorways that could be dropping on a pair of Nike Kobes, this is the one that should be dropping, the one that honors Kobe and Gigi. I think that's a really nice move by Nike, and hopefully they release it in just a huge quantity so that everyone who wants to be able to remember them by wearing their sneakers can do that. I absolutely love this sneaker. I love the look of it. I love what it means. I love everything about it. But the fact that this shoe will probably be limited is going to taint it for a lot of people. And it'll taint it for me. I think that it's really a huge bummer that that's most likely the case. But at this point, we'll just have to wait and see. We'll have to see what Nike does. We'll have to see if they honor Vanessa Bryant's wishes and create a shoe that's available for everyone. I doubt it, but we'll see. And I know for a fact I will definitely be trying to grab a pair of these for myself, as I'm sure most of you all will be, but unfortunately there is no release date for this sneaker, and all we really know is how it's gonna look. But make sure to stay tuned to the channel, because as soon as I learn more information about this Kobe 6 Pro Tro, I'll make sure to let you all know. But with that, we pretty much wrap up all the stories in today's video, so now I would love to know your thoughts on everything that we talked about, so make sure to let me know in the comment section down below. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't yet, and I'll see you all in the next one.